He was a organized collector hoarder. Can I say it that way?
Good way to say it. Yeah.
And he lived by himself. He was never married. And when they first got here, it was just an aisleway to walk through and walk back to his bedroom and into just more important rooms because he had that much stuff. 7 rooms, 2 houses stacked to the ceiling. Could not, I was overwhelmed. This room, we actually had it stacked to here.
The history of sports cars goes back over 100 years. We are on the pursuit to find the biggest and most interesting sports card collections across the United States. Join us as we travel the large interstates and the narrow unpaved roads in our journey to continue chasing cardboard.
So I get a call from Ty. He's flying into town, into the Metroplex. I'm behind some gas station. It's 102 degrees outside. And he's like, hey, clear your schedule. We're going on a trip. We're going on an adventure to look at some cards. And I'm like, okay.
All right, so we are here in Texas, Dallas, picking up Mike Moynihan. I didn't tell him what was going on. I told him to block off his schedule. I needed him to be available for a very unique opportunity. We purchased in a blind auction 6 million cards from a deceased family member from somebody. We got connected, and I told Mike I needed his expertise, and so picking him up right now, and I'm gonna slowly drip the details of this trip over the course of the next few hours. We're gonna make it really gut-wrenching for him. Can't wait. This. Where did you bring us? What is this?
What do you mean me? It's you, man. Dude, you brought kids and everything? Dude, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Man.
Thanks for blocking off your calendar.
Yeah, where are we going?
I'm not gonna tell you much. So you blocked off all tomorrow, right?
All tomorrow.
Okay.
Do I need it?
You're gonna.
You have a trailer.
This is gonna be very
So
unique. You're gonna sweat a little, but you're gonna be rewarded. I promise.
Okay. Well, let's hit the road. Let's go.
go?
Yeah,
All right,
let's go. Seatbelts on.
Am I going? Where am I going?
You're going.
You are the worst navigator.
All right, I'm turning this off. We'll use.
You got Apple Maps. He's got Google Maps. Can we
do we
pull out
trust?
like a Rand McNally and just do it that way?
Get an old Maps go,
So remind me again why you guys live here?
because it's the hobby capital of the world. I'm telling you, if they could make a Cologne eau de cardboard, or eau, is it eau?
You. I can picture this really sexy French guy.
Yes.
Eau de cardboard.
Eau de cardboard. Yeah, you have like a male model, like
It's like
when my girl wants to really get excited,
you see him squeezing like T206s into a jar.
like wringing them out. Like, are we about to do a ridiculous amount of work? Maybe I can get a little more information from you here.
Yeah, well, you see the trailer behind us.
I do.
What I haven't told you yet is that I also rented a 26-foot U-Haul.
When you told me to bring extra t-shirts, I thought you were joking.
Well, I just know you sweat a lot, period. Let alone when you're carrying these boxes.
I am sweaty. Who wouldn't sweat in 102?
So we got connected to a guy who said, watch your show, love what you do. There's a collection that I want to buy, but it's just too big. So let me pass you the name of this guy who's selling a collection. That's all he had was a name. On Facebook, go find this guy. So I reached out to this guy, Wendell, who we're going to meet.
Okay.
And one of his family members died 6 months ago. His name's Archie. Apparently this guy was a crazy collector. He had 2 houses full of cards. One in Missouri and one in Oklahoma. 6.5 million cards in one of these homes here in Oklahoma. I saw a couple pictures, got excited, ended up not being able to make the trip down, and I made a blind bid on this lot.
Okay. Did that make you nervous?
It made me very nervous, but I wrote the bid down thinking, I didn't see it, we'll take a shot. I'm not gonna win this thing.
Okay, so 6 million cards.
Yeah.
You got how many pictures?
I'm gonna show you just the ones that I saw a couple of the rooms, but I saw those first.
Okay, nice. Mantles are always good.
What mantles are you seeing
So
now?
there's a 54 Bowman and a 54 Red Heart.
Okay.
Some cool 70s stuff, some 56 tops Jackie Robinson, Ted Williams, Koufax rookie. Yeah,
So-
that's intriguing.
Okay.
Right.
2 houses, right? So I said, hey, which house? One house has 1.5 million cards. One house has 6.5 million. At that point, it's just numbers. Where are those cards at? Was my question to him.
Right. Because
He
you
said-
wanted to bid on the
I wanted to bid on that one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'll give it a shot. It's in Oklahoma, he says. So I make the bid. Go to a baseball game. I get a call during 5th inning or whatever. I'm like, oh shoot, that's Springfield, Missouri. Take the call to Wendell. Congrats.
Yay.
You won the Oklahoma house. I was like, what? And he said, not only did you win it, you won it by like $200. Like you just scraped by. We were expecting a lot more. Somehow you won this thing. You got 2 weeks to get it. Which is why I called you,
Right.
Matt, and said, we gotta hustle. Can you take a day off? Just trust me.
Okay.
So we're walking into a house with 6.5 million cards. We have to unload the entire home into a couple U-Hauls and get it out today.
Okay.
So there's a catch.
Okay.
So after I paid for this lot, Wendell tells me that he can't find the mantles and the good stuff that he showed me. I said,
That's a mega problem. Like, isn't that kind of make or break this deal?
well, that's why I bid on it for sure.
Right.
He said, just trust me, we'll figure it out, we'll find out. I don't know if it got stolen or misplaced. And I said, well, that definitely changes things a little bit.
So right now we
part
don't
of
know.
this is we don't know. Is figuring out where the heck these good cards are in the 6.5 million.
In the sea of cardboard.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Okay, so you see that giant monstrosity in front of us? That's our U-Haul. Yeah, I mean, if we're filling that whole 26-foot U-Haul full of cards, I'm gonna have to like fake an injury, like maybe pull a hammy, my hamstring. I'm kind of nervous. I mean, if some of those key cards aren't here, the reality is we don't know what we're walking into, and he doesn't either. He's only seen a few pictures, and that's got to be totally nerve-wracking for Ty. It is absolutely gargantuan. To imagine this thing filled up with cards, it's going to be a long day.
So I don't even, first off, don't know if I can make it through here. Second, that's the house. There's lights on and there's like 50 cars in front of it.
Whoa, 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 go forward. That's good. Stop right there, just stop it right there. Just knock down the tree.
I never even thought about it. Glad to finally meet you.
Good to meet you too. Thanks for having us.
Wow,
This is Archie's 2 friends, Rick and Steve.
okay.
Steve? Ty?
He's Rick.
Oh, you're Rick. You're Rick.
I'm
Good to
Rick.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Steve, good to
Hey,
meet
Rick.
you.
Mike, nice to meet you.
Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
for that.
We're going into a house
Yeah.
full of cards, supposedly.
Yeah.
Cabin. There's no rhyme to reason to years or nothing. So it starts here, and then we got all this up here. These are just empty boxes.
You could not have overestimated what was in here.
No,
What the heck? This is crazy.
could not have overestimated it. It was just amazing. And with Archie being my second cousin,
Yeah.
I always heard him talk about his baseball cards when he come to family events and such. And I'm thinking, just a little bookshelf full of stuff and all this stuff. Not 7 rooms, 2 houses stacked to the ceiling. Could not. I was overwhelmed. Well, sadly enough, 2 years into his retirement, but he was just a great role model for me as a kid, especially. Such a giving guy. Oh my word.
Archie was genuine. There was no fake about him at all. He smiled all the time. He would give the shirt off his back to anybody. He's just truly a nice guy.
Archie was a good friend. Archie was a brother in Christ. Archie was a mentor. I watched the way he took care of his mom and thought to myself, you know, that's the way it's supposed to be.
He was such a wonderful, caring man, and like many have said already, just give you the shirt off his back. And he was always calling us saying, hey, I got this today, or I've collected, you know, ordered this.
I don't think the time went by that when we met with Archie, we didn't talk about ball cards. He would pull up at times and say, oh, I gotta show you what I got. So what did you get, Archie? And I would notice the back end of his car kind of sagging down, and he would open his trunk and I'd go, wow.
And he'd always want to buy my breakfast. I mean, he just always would. I'd have to fight him over it because he bought the last time, so I had forced him to. So he did. That's how he was. And he'd eat breakfast up at Duffy's was the place, and they knew exactly what he liked. So when he came in, he didn't even get a menu. They just went and fixed it for him and brought it out. When they found out he passed away, it really hit them hard too. So just about everybody who knew him, because he's just a nice guy, really nice. He's the guy you miss, guy that you really like to have in your life all the time. So.
I mean, when you saw it and you're thinking, I gotta sell this, did you have experience doing this before? What did you?
Negative.
What's your next step?
I saw the overwhelming things that my aunt and uncle had to go through. I was still living in Kansas at the time when it first happened. Then we moved back home in November, and was finally able to help. So that really made me feel good to come down and help with the process. I just basically went online to Facebook, to a lot of Facebook clubs, collecting clubs. Started learning a little bit about that. Some that, you know, buy, sell, trade cards, kind of connect with that, trying to get a sense about cards, you know. And so then that's when I decided to come up with trying to find these collectors and advertised it away to try to gather these to have a bidding war go on, you know. And such as you bought the biggest collection I think you've ever bought.
You're exactly
in
right.
number of cards. At this location, about 6.5 million cards. The other location had about 2 million cards, something like that. And it was a fun process, but I'm glad it's now moving day for you.
On to the next one, right?
You know,
to the next thing he collected.
So that's how that all came about.
Wow.
Found a few little maybe goodies you might be interested in.
Okay.
Got all this.
Work cut out for you.
One thing I didn't discuss, he's got some baseballs. This one here, I believe, is the signed one that he had.
Okay. Mike, what do you think about that?
That's Tony Gwynn.
That's what we thought.
It's Tony Gwynn.
And we
That's
looked
real.
at his
94.
signature,
That's real.
and it's got the little skips. So we know that's an actual signature, that where it skipped the pen across the skin. This room, we actually had it stacked to here, and we had to dig our way in all the way.
Okay.
How those arms feeling?
I'm feeling. I cannot believe how much stuff is in this house. This is going to take us a really long time.
And we took into this room. Oh, I laid out a bunch of stuff for everybody to view that you weren't able to do.
And then this all too, and all the binders?
Yep.
Ty.
That's what I was saying.
Holy moly.
Unreal. The first 2 hours was fascinating because you had friends, you had family talking about the life of Archie, and I mean, my goodness, he just seems like a guy that we'd all want to sit around a campfire with and talk and hang out and get to know. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do that, but I feel like we're starting to get a piece of Archie and the way we see him collect and organize and all that stuff. What'd you think about Archie?
He's cool.
He's cool. There you go. He does seem pretty cool. This is gonna be one heck of a good day. 2001, rookie, 2001, give me one. Played for the Mariners. He's Japanese. Ichiro.
Whoa.
Who else? Albert. Pujols. Just packs and packs.
All the way under there is all
Oh my gosh.
Okay, now overwhelm yourself.
plan of attack. By the way,
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods rookie in that? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, look, it goes
to the corner.
Literally every room in this house is stacked with 5,000, 3,500 count boxes. We can barely even move around. We have to move boxes in order to get to other parts of the room to see what's in there.
It's like a kid in a candy shop. Look at this.
It's just a
random
2000 tops, 22 years old.
Are you wanting more Chasing Cardboard throughout the week? Well, in the show notes below, you're going to find links to our eBay stores, our weekly newsletter sign up, and links to all of our other social media pages. And if you want to do us a favor, don't forget to go tell your friends about the show. We appreciate it.
Back to the show.
It had to be a passion of his. I mean, a deep passion. He was asked one time by my aunt, when are you going to sell some cards?
Isn't it time to sell, Arch? But he loved them and he loved doing it. And he'd stay up wee hours of the night.
And he would have stacks of cards next to his bed, and he would sort till he fell asleep. He just loved to do that. And he would tell me stories on more than one occasion that, I woke up and cards all over me. My stacks had collapsed during the night. And I told him, I said, Archie, you need to quit doing that. You need to, move your cards out away from your bed. Or use some. Yeah, I guess so. I said, yeah, one day those things are going to collapse on you.
He was definitely looking into building sets
with
numerous binders that we have throughout the house. That seemed to be his focus, was sets.
Yeah.
He has different individual things, such as certain rookie cards and, things like that. But it just seemed like sets was his high point.
Okay, let's take a deep breath here. How do we want to do this? So one of the frustrating parts about traveling across the United States is paying the obscenely high gas prices. And trust me, it adds up. But we found a little tip. Use the Upside app to save money and put cash back in your bank account. So a lot of apps these days, they give you points and you can convert into prizes and all that stuff. The Upside app is not like that. They actually give you cash back in your app that you can convert to your PayPal account, to your bank account, and you can go spend that on things that you actually love. So next time you need to fill up a tank of gas, pull up the Upside app and find the gas station closest to you that's offering an incentive. You can see here 3 different gas stations. One's offering 46 cents, 49 cents, 51 cents. It's as simple as clicking the gas station you want to go to, claiming the offer, going to the gas station within 4 hours, and uploading your receipt. And 48 hours later, you'll have cash in your account. And the best part is, we've worked out a partnership with Upside. If you sign up using our link and you use code CARDBOARD25, you're going to get an extra 25 cents off per gallon on your first tank of gas. It's an outstanding deal. You can go take some funds, spend it on your family, spend it on sports cards, and put some money back in your pocket. Enjoy.
Now, back to the show.
I'm holding myself back, Wendell, to not open every single box and look.
I get it. I've done it.
Not gonna do it.
When we were in a hurry moving some boxes from that room into this room, I was quickly opening it up, scan real quick, and get the next box.
So you open this up, and 1970 tops entered in computers. This is him putting it into his program.
Yep.
That we can't crack.
Yeah, exactly.
Uncrackable.
It's uncrackable.
His love language with these cards. Crazy.
So there is so much unopened stuff, all from, late 80s, early 90s, everything from vending boxes to unopened wax to sealed sets. He had multiples of everything, all sports, everything.
This is organized, unorganized. How do we say it? Unorganized organization?
Yes.
My gosh. Yeah.
Only his rhyme to reason.
Right.
It's organized chaos is what this is. Everything's labeled pretty well in terms of what's in the box is actually in the box, but there's so much of it. It's so overwhelming just trying to get started and going, okay, what do we move first? You know, and so what we're thinking, we kind of have a plan of putting all the unopened stuff that we can find on one side of the U-Haul and just start stacking 5,000 count, 3,200 count boxes on the other side. It's the only thing that makes any sense right now, just so we can have some semblance of where certain stuff is.
First off, I wish I could have met Archie, because he seems like one heck of a cool guy. But I mean, I think the reality's setting in now, where we've been here a couple hours and I'm thinking, man, oh man, we're gonna be here for a while loading this up. So I mean, there's just so many boxes of, you know, 2 rows of packs. I mean, I've probably seen 10 boxes here. I mean, you've got pieces of history, you know, 1 card per pack, 2008 Upper Deck football, 2008 baseball, Ted Williams cards. This is the stuff that fascinates me.
So we're still searching for the box of cards with all the vintage stuff in it, all the stuff that was in the pictures. No luck so far. We're still looking. We're hoping. We'll see.
All right, so we're 6 hours into loading a 26-foot U-Haul, and I would say we're maybe half done, maybe a little bit more. We're all beat. The hard part as a collector is that you're loading the stuff up, you're opening up the boxes, you're falling into these little temptations to keep digging and finding stuff. We are 6 hours in, and we've yet to find the mantles. So there's that little carrot. I don't know if Wendell did this to dangle the carrot and keep us moving to make sure all the cards got out. I hope that's the story. But as of right now, no mantles.
There is no doubt that the missing card situation is frustrating, but cards are only a small part of this story. And even though we never got to meet Archie, it seems like we got to know him the past 12 hours. As we start to uncover more from this collection, it's going to put a smile on all of our faces. And the best part is this journey is about to get even crazier. So tune in next episode to see how this story ends. Keep chasing.
You're driving and I'm navigating. That's a combination of trouble. You don't want to go to DFW Airport right now.
So where do all these people come from?
This is a day in the life of Dallas-Fort Worth.